Welcome to Rachel Uncensored, one of the few places on the internet that you can find an uncensored version of me. Hello, I'm Rachel, and welcome back to another solo episode. It's Christmas time in the city. It is actually disgusting how hot it is right now. I'm in a tank top for those of you who are just listening. It was 75 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. That's summer weather. It's actually hotter right now than it is for like the first month of summer in my town. What is happening? Oh, it was super rainy last month and I loved it. I was like, oh, fall, autumn is here. Let's do the damn thing. And then it's like, great, winter. Here's sunshine and heat. Can we all just stop with the climate change? Can the huge billion-dollar companies just knock it off? It's because of them. They have the ability to stop it. You remember when COVID was a thing and in 2020 and people had to stop flying their jets and oil companies weren't making as much money because people weren't driving as much, so there wasn't as much fuel being bought, and all of the cruise ships had to stop and all these things were happening and the earth started to heal itself. The ozone layer has a massive hole in it and it started to get smaller and heal. We are the problem. We can solve it. Can you all stop so that I can wear ugly Christmas sweaters during Christmas? Please? I'm in a fucking tank top. Honestly, I had no idea I was going to talk about that. I had something else to rant about today because I'm sorry. I don't mean to be such a negative little Nancy, a negative Ned. Let's be appropriate to both genders here. I'm just being negative today. I didn't mean to, but when I was setting up, I was having one of those days where every little fucking thing was pissing me off. And I immediately wrote down what pisses me off: cords. And not even just cords. Okay, I just have to explain this. I have my decorations behind me, if that's what you want to call them. But behind my couch, I pulled the couch away from the wall, and I have this little 2x4 table I built. It's not sturdy. It's not sturdy by any means, but I thought it was just going to be butted up in between the wall and the couch. But I realized for lighting purposes, I need to bring it all away like a foot or two from the wall so the lights can shine on the whole wall. It's this whole thing. It doesn't fucking matter. All you need to know is I have a little tiny table behind my couch that is away from the wall. And that thing likes to fall over. So I keep it like an inch from the couch, a foot from the wall, so nothing can bump it. It's behind the couch. Nothing's going to, touch it. And it's only like that when I'm filming. I know this is a very long thing. I'm just letting you know why there's frustrations within me. But I know everyone's had one of these fucking days, one of these moments. And it gets my blood blowing. I almost screamed. I almost just did a blood-curdling scream because I was so annoyed. So I go to turn on all my lights and I put these tiny little Christmas trees on that table. I bump it. All the Christmas trees fall down. One miniature bump. I was like, fuck you. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. Not that big a deal. I put the lights fall. The lights are tacked on. I was like, how did the lights fall? The lights are tacked into the wood. I pick up the light. The other light falls. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Then the cord hits the Christmas trees that I had just put up and those go tumbling down. I have to turn my volume down. I'm sorry. I'm screaming so much. And I was like, you motherfuckers. Okay. Then the entire table falls over while I'm trying to fix all these things. I think everything fell like 6 times. I was like, fuck you. Okay. I took a deep breath. I was like, this is whatever. Let's fix it. Let's fix it, right? Okay, let's solve this. Let's take a moment so this doesn't happen again. I went and got my zip ties. So I'd zip tie the lights to the table so these won't fall over again. Somehow, I trip on a cord and bang my knee into my side table on my way to get the zip ties. Oh my God. I wanted to kick everything. I wanted to kick it all. I get the zip ties. I'm walking back. I trip on the cords again while having the thought, don't trip on the cords. I somehow managed to trip on the cords. Okay. I got everything zip tied. I got everything in its place, but I needed to put this, there's this blanket I have on the couch. I needed to drape it over the couch and put it in between the couch and the table. I put it over. I'm trying real hard. I'm trying real hard not to knock anything over. I do one little fluff at the end. Once I got it in, everything got knocked. I'm done. I'm done. It all knocks over. I walked outside. I just simply walked outside to breathe. It's just, why? Because usually when I kerfuffle something up, I'm moving too quick. I know my issues. I know my faults. I'm moving too quick. I bump my knee or knock something over. I'm like, oh, all right, take a breath. Slow down. Move with purpose. And then it's fine. I don't know what was happening here. I need to fix my table. I need to put little, support systems on it so it doesn't fall over. Oh man, I haven't felt that urge of violence in a very long time. I feel like that always happens, and I feel like cords are always usually the culprit or the start or the straw that breaks the camel's back. Cords. There's a reason everything went wireless. And this moment when I tripped on the cords. Oh, and last night, oh God, I have a beef with cords. I'll finish. I don't even know which story to tell. None of them matter. You all are just rolling your eyes, but you have all felt this anger brewing inside of you. I'll start with last night. I have a back massager. I know that's a sentence. It was like $30. I bought it online for video. Why am I justifying my back massager to you? Anyway, I have been working on my wall that flooded. I finally finished it yesterday. But in order to work on this wall, I'm crouched down in this tiny little ball position, trying to weave in and out of plants, whatever. It's been like a whole hassle if you've watched my vlog channel. And of course, with that project, there was a hiccup every 2 seconds. But that's whatever. That's just a project. That happens in projects. But my back has been killing me because I've been working on this wall. And I go from working on the wall in this hunched position to editing all through the night. And my back is just not for it. The only thing that has helped while editing, like I do my stretches and I roll it out and it feels better in those moments. But the second I sit down, my back's in pain unless I'm using my massager. The massager is just a little plug-in thing to the wall. It heats up. It kind of just works my back a little bit while I'm sitting here. It's really nice and it helps me. It puts the arch support right where I need it. So last night I am in immense amount of pain and I was like, oh my God. And I had moved this setup. So normally my setup is against the wall over there right next to my outlet. But I had moved this setup here to film a Rachel Uncensored last night and this today. So the cord is a little farther away from the wall. I'm in so much pain. I grab my massager and I put it on the chair and it unplugs itself. I'm like, and I'm in so much pain. Like when you have to pee and then right as you pull up to your house, your bladder's like, oh my God, we're home. You have to pee right now. And your body knows it's home. So like if you're holding your poop or your pee, when you get home, it's like you have 10 seconds to get to the toilet because your body knows. Well, my body knew it was about to get massaged and be free of this pain I was in. And the fact that the cord ripped out of the wall made my back hurt 10 times more. And I'm trying to maneuver. I got caught. I couldn't get it. It kept falling. And I was screaming, I hate cords. I hate cords. And then today I just kept tripping on them. And I just feel like I have so many cords in my office. I want them all to disappear. I want all of the cords to go away because I have this desk that moves. Oh my God, this entire podcast is me just ranting. I'm sorry. I'm in one of those moods and I need to get it off my chest. I function by talking. I have this whole desk that is on wheels and it moves around my office based on what I'm doing, right? And it's also really nice for ADHD to have a desk that moves positions because it like gets my brain reactivated in whatever I'm doing, all right? New scenery, new positioning. It helps my brain a lot. But there is a giant cord connected to this desk that everything else is plugged into, and there's cords and there's wires. There is a reason we went wireless with everything. And that's annoying because things die. You have to charge stuff all the time. And also I've said it in my book, I have a beef with quote unquote wireless things. You still have to plug in the charger. You still have to plug in that motherfucking charger. That charger still requires a wire, unless it's solar, which, let's be real, is only like 30% effective. Our solar is not where it should be because greedy electric companies have a monopoly and they don't want us using the sun because they can't charge you for the sun. And I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood because these motherfucking cords and that motherfucking table. I'm feeling better, but you all know it. You all know it. There's been a time where, you put something up and it falls. You put it up again and it falls. And you put it up again and it falls. And you're like, fuck. You put it up one more time. You turn around, you bang your knee and you're like, oh my God. And then you walk away and your AirPod cords get caught on a doorknob and your blood is boiling. And then Blaze, he's had his morning routine, right? We went on his walk. He ate his breakfast. He's been fine. And then he just is walking around doing these slight little whines because he wants to go do something. Bro, I got to work. I love you so much. I will play with you after. We will go bask in the sun after this. Everything. And I'm not about to start my period. I'm like a week and a half out. There is no time. There is no time for PMS right now. Okay. Wow, that was 11 minutes straight of me rambling. And you know what? It was cathartic for me. How do I get rid of all the cords? How do I do it? I feel like cords will be the death of me. Oh, like when when you're like on your laptop and because iMacs have the stupid like fucking magnetic charger, you'll like move your and it gets unplugged and you're like, oh my God. And you're like trying to stretch it and you're just far enough from the outlet where it clicks. But if you jiggle it all, it's going to undo itself and unplug. Why am I bringing up things that make me angry? I am bringing up things that are naturally making my blood fizzle. Is fizzle the right word? No. Fizzle's like when it's going out. I'm not going out. I'm fizzling now. I'm calming down. And I know when I move this thing back, this fucking desk back, I'm going to get so annoyed. I don't have enough room. I need a bigger space. And all the cords go away. Blaze, please go on the couch. Go to spot. I need my dog to settle. He's stressed because I'm stressed. He feels my energy. Can you think? Oh my God. He looks pathetic. If you're listening, I will just describe what he looks like. Pathetic is the description. Absolutely pathetic. Okay. We'll go bask in the sun. He wants to go lay in the sun because it's summer weather right now. It is sunshiny and warm outside. Okay. Let's check to see if we have a sponsor for today. Sponsor. Home Chef is our sponsor for today. Guys, it's that time of year again. The days are getting shorter, unfortunately, but a little bit crisper. And I find myself craving comfort, home-cooked meals. Home Chef makes it easy with their oven-ready options and hearty recipes that hit the spot without me stressing over what's for dinner. That is always the ongoing argument, and it's not fun. Home Chef makes cooking simple with fresh foods delivered straight to your door and easy recipes to follow with meals that actually taste great. Home Chef is rated #1 by users of other meal kits for quality, convenience, value, taste, and recipe ease. Whatever kind of day it is, classic recipes with fresh ingredients, 30-minute meals, oven-ready trays, or quick microwave options. Home Chef has you covered. There's even a dedicated family menu for hassle-free, delicious dinners. Plus, it's affordable, and in this economy, you need that. For a limited time, Home Chef is offering my listeners 50% off and free shipping for your first box, plus free dessert for life. Go to homechef.com/Rachel. That is homechef.com/Rachel for 50% off your first box and free dessert for life. Homechef.com/Rachel. You must be an active subscriber to receive the free dessert. All right, let's do an affirmation. Let's shift gears. We got that off my chest. Oh, I have another thing that pissed me off. I'll mention it at the end if we need to, but it's actually a really funny one. Okay, but let's do some badass affirmations. Whew. Felt good. I feel like I need a cigarette. I've never smoked a cigarette a day in my life, but that's just the feeling. Okay, this is the affirmation. I find my happy place and go with the fucking flow. Oh, I needed this today. I needed this one. I needed to be told, find your happy place and go with the flow. Yeah. I need to find my happy place. Oh, I'm getting overstimulated. My hair is touching me. Okay, I'm just going to put it back. Should we meditate for a second? Let's meditate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in the good. Breathe out the bad. What makes you happy? What is this voice I'm using? My nose itches. I can feel myself getting overstimulated. Okay, we are good. We are here. I can wiggle my fingers. I can wiggle my toes. I can blink my eyes. I can crack my neck. I can wiggle my shoulders. I can see my camera. I can speak my name, Rachel. Okay, we are centered. I'm going to go with the flow today. I'm not going to be stressed. I've actually been pretty good at going with the flow time-wise. If you've watched my vlog channel, I've been really tight on time because I was working that stupid wall. But about a week ago, I had the realization. I'm like, you know what? Oh, jeez. Abby just got home. Give me a second. I think I need to pause. Sorry, Abby came home and the garage scared me. And she brought me a coffee. So nice of her. And then she went to run errands for me. Okay. I don't know why I need to tell you all that. I have a headache. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. I've been doing so well with going with the flow, relaxing time-wise. I was saying this. I realized last week, I was like, you know what? Just do what you can, get things done, get them done in order. And what gets done, gets done. You know, we're not going to stress about it. We're just going to keep moving and grooving. And I've been doing pretty good about that. Today, I don't know what is up my asshole today, but all right, we'll move on to what I've learned this week. So I was scrolling through the Insta of the Grams and I saw these two lovely women talking on a podcast, and one was like, oh, do you ever feel your butt? And she's, yeah, I feel my butt all the time. She's like, what? How do you feel your butt? And she goes, no, when I lotion my butt. And the girl's like, you lotion your butt? And she's like, yeah. And like, I lotion my butt and my torso. And she's like, wait, you lotion your torso? And I feel like the comments are gaslighting me because I put butt lotion on my butt every day for acne because, yeah, I'm cute as hell. I get pimples on my butt sometimes. I'm a very sweaty person with very big pores. I have to work double time to keep my skin smooth. And I do. So I do work double time. Found a solution. I put this butt lotion on every day. But people in the comments are like, yeah, I lotion from my head to my toes. Your stomach, your back, I sometimes put stuff on my chest. I'm sorry. I thought we were just lotioning our legs and our arms. I had no idea the torso area, this midsection, was being lotioned. And everyone in the comments is like, yeah, obviously you don't. Anytime I put lotion on my back, I break out. I am utterly confused. Like, my stomach is never dry or ashy. My legs and arms get dry and ashy, but my stomach is always quite smooth. Why? I thought I was going to read the comments and then be like, yeah, sometimes I lotion my butt if I'm wearing a bathing suit. But everyone I felt was gaslighting me. Who's lotioning their boobs? My boobs have never needed to be lotioned. I get when you're like breastfeeding, the nipples get cracked and shit, and you need special nipple cream for that. There's no shade there. You're giving life to a child. Gotta lotion the nips. But I was utterly confused because I know I'm not a moistured person. I get dry, except my stomach, which was very confusing. So please let me know down below. Are we lotioning everything? All right, we're going to move on. So I saw something which I think would create great conversation because that was the point of these. I was on Instagram again, and I saw this girl say she has these like conversation starters, and the comments were killing me. So one of them was, she asked, and I've heard people ask this before, if you could dispense 5 liquids out of your fingertips. So you got one hand and each finger dispenses a liquid and it never runs out, but you can't change it. What 5 liquids are you choosing? And I feel like there's some obvious you have to's, right? Drinking water. So you always have fresh drinking water. You never have to carry a water bottle. You never, and then people are like, and you could go to towns that don't have water and you literally just sit there and be a water fountain, just constantly filling up bottles. Cause right, it doesn't run out. Other people said gasoline. I think that one, yeah. Like you could drive a Hummer 24/7 if your fingertip dispersed gasoline nonstop. And I was having a a hard time figuring out. I was like, okay, so yeah, gas, water, I guess coffee, but I like to change my coffee orders. And then I went to the comments. Someone said, why is no one saying olive oil? And I was like, is that, I don't know if I'd want to waste a fingertip on olive oil. It's not that expensive and I don't need it that often. And someone said liquid gold. Is that actually a thing? Could that, because that's a genius answer if so. Dispense liquid gold? But you'd have to be really discreet about it or else you'd make the price of gold plummet. And then someone said, O negative blood. Oh my gosh, that's genius. But and then I was thinking about this. You couldn't let anyone know you have these powers though, because the government would just lock you up and use you. If you could dispense O negative blood, which is the universal blood you could give to anybody, you'd become a cow. They would just suck you up. Same with the gasoline and the liquid gold. So you got to put all of these under wraps. But liquid gold, water, O negative blood, gasoline. And then I'm like, okay, so that's 4. That's 4 absolutes. Pacifico Beer said Pacifico, 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 and Pacifico. And then someone else, this is the 5th one, I think is, because I would love if coffee dispensed, but we're talking about changing the world at this point. Someone said insulin. Now that would be great, right? But did you know it literally costs pennies to make insulin? And our government in the United States has made it so expensive because people need it. So while I could dispense insulin and it cost nothing, it already costs basically nothing to make. I wouldn't also even know what to do with that. I wouldn't know how to, I don't know, like it would be phenomenal to just have this endless supply of insulin. I wouldn't know how to go. I mean, I would figure it out. I guess I would figure it out. But that was a genius suggestion. And then so another one said breast milk. No baby goes hungry. But there are women though that can stay breastfeeding and can donate their milk. Women can actually do that. So women could get pregnant and then if you never stop pumping, if you never stop breastfeeding, your milk supply it can dry up, but you can just keep going. There are women that sell their breast milk. So women can already do that. And they're not, I guess pumping is really annoying. So constantly flowing out your finger is way better. Oh, I don't know. Freshly squeezed orange juice, vodka, rubbing alcohol, or printer ink. Oh my gosh. People are saying wine. A lot of people are going alcohol, root beer, Earl Grey tea, olive oil. And someone's like, Of course, everyone has a question. Is the liquid coming out what temperature you want or room temperature or body temperature? It's a hypothetical situation, guys. It can be whatever temperature you want. Easy. Liquid gold, gasoline, blood, vodka, protein shake. Printer ink, gas, blood, safe water, insulin. Outer space. Oh, a smoothie. I feel like it depends on what type of person you are, but for sure, O negative blood, gasoline, liquid gold, drinking water, and then either breast milk, insulin, printer ink. They're all good. I think that depends on how you are as a human being. But let me know if you have any different ones down below. Everyone likes to do 4 important ones and then one like their favorite liquid to drink. So a coffee, wine, alcohol, cocktail, whatever. I guess if you're going to save the world, you might have to have something delicious to sip on in the meantime. All right. And then I saw another girl say, and I thought this one was a very, very, very intriguing question. And then it made me realize industries that succeed require lying. So she said, what industry would crumble the quickest if humans lost the ability to lie? I immediately went, acting. Because acting is just lying a bunch, right? Or is it? Wait a second. Is it because it's like make-believe? I guess that's the line of lying is like, I'm acting. As long as everyone knows you're acting, it's not a lie. But anyway, that was like my little brain just like, oh, so innocent. I was like, well, acting, I guess, would be the first industry. Hollywood would crumble because acting is lying. But I guess if that teeters on make-believe, blah, 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 blah. And then I look at the comments and I went, oh, our world is terrible. So the first comment with the most likes says, the justice system. No need for a trial if you can't lie. Seconded by politicians. So, yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have to have courtrooms anymore if everyone just told the truth. I guess it would just be like, what's the penalty for your crimes instead of trying to figure out if you actually committed the crimes, right? So that makes sense. But then politicians and everyone saying the government would fail because the government, no matter what side, who it is, everyone lies. I think one side lies a lot less, but our current administration, all they do is lie, stretch the truth, say random shit, whatever. Our government in the United States right now would simply crumble if lying wasn't allowed, if lying couldn't happen. I don't think Trump could actually speak. I don't think words would ever come out of his mouth again if he couldn't lie. Anyway, but politicians scheming. They all scheme. I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that. And then sales. Someone said sales. In every industry, sales. This is so true because everyone amplifies things, makes false promises. It's actually really gross. And then says, we're classifying the church as an industry, right? Because it would be the church. Oh my God. I'm going to say porn. The porn industry would crumble. And then, sorry, this is a very weird thing, but they said, oh, you like that? No, it's too big and I'm just here for the paycheck. Here's your pizza, ma'am. I don't have cash. Can I pay another way? No. Can you fix my pipe? Lady, there's nothing wrong with your sink. The whole conversations in porn would just not be allowed to happen. And then someone said film and TV, an actor can't act unless they are that person. 20 years old, being a teenager for a TV show? Nope. Organized religion. Someone said, everyone is saying government or marketing, but I'd argue that those things would just get better. You can do great marketing campaigns by promoting the benefits of your product or service without lying. The government, elected officials actually working on solving issues instead of slinging mud at each other. That's the positive to me. So I think these industries would crumble as we know them. And then the good products and good people would rise up. Or people just would show their true colors and people wouldn't give a fuck. I mean, I feel like MAGA has shown their true colors time and time again and people don't care because they're just as bad. The insurance industry, the entire medical industry, yes, we can cure, fix, and heal that. Pharma, hands down. The beauty industry, mathematics would thrive. There would be no wrong answers. Oh yeah. Like what industries would thrive? I feel like therapy, like the mental health places, like think those would do a lot better. They'd be more brutal though. Like gentle parenting wouldn't be a thing anymore, but science and math, those are two facts. They work on facts, and I absolutely love that. I think society would get really good at setting boundaries. That's personal. Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. I don't want to discuss it. Very pointed silence. The entire Trump administration. Reality TV industry. I love the insurance agencies. Dating apps. The patriarchy. I thought this was so good. If there's anything we haven't hit, please put it down below because I'm so intrigued by this. The skincare industry, politicians and doctors. I'm pretty sure everything would crumble at the same time. I think the only things that would stay true are mathematicians and scientists. I would say 95% of influencers would have to dramatically shift their product and their videos. But I think every industry might not crumble, but would have to make a dramatic shift. And again, I think that setting boundaries thing is so true. I think there would be a lot more silence and divorce. You know who would skyrocket as divorce attorneys? But no, they couldn't. I think it would all just be mediators at that point, because you can't argue things. You just be like, okay, here's the truth. How are we dividing this stuff up? Oh, yeah. I think there would be a lot less marriage. That's for sure. A lot less people dating and being together. That would be so strange. It would never happen, obviously. This is a complete hypothetical, but all right. Okay, and then I saw someone else say this. I'm just enjoying these. I think they're a lot of fun. But someone said, if you could remove one small, minor, tiny inconvenience in your daily life, what would it be? And I immediately was like, peeing. But I think that's pretty big, because then she gave an example like no more spam calls. But my mind immediately thinks having to use the bathroom, going pee. And no, I'm not getting a diaper. But to me, that is the most inconvenient thing in my day, is having to pee. I'm okay with having to poop. That's fine. You know, that's just once a day, maybe twice, maybe not at all. You never know. But the more liquids I drink, the more I have to pee. And then I get anxiety pee, where I'm like, oh, I have to go I have to go run to the store. What if I have to pee while I'm out? I better pee now. Now I have to pee. Like, I just get stressed that I won't be able to pee, and that makes me need to pee. Like when a movie's about to start, I'm like, oh no, I have to pee. The movie's starting. I have to pee now. No, I didn't. I literally didn't have to pee. There was like barely any pee in my bladder. It's just like the thought of it. But I don't know if that's a small inconvenience. I don't know if that counts, because I don't think that's on the same level as spam calls. Cords. Get rid of all of them. Things, losing internet connection, like things not being able to load on my phone in an instant or on my computer in an instant. I'm trying to think what would be one. Because like I feel like traffic, having to pee, those are bigger inconveniences. I'm trying to think of small ones. Having to make my coffee. I wish it was just existence. Is that small enough? I need you guys to give me examples. I need you to tell me, because I'm having a hard time figuring it out. And she asked this in a bunch of other questions, and no one's answering this. I can't stop staring at that mug. I can't stop staring. I'm in a trance. Sorry. I just had a moment where I couldn't stop staring. But yeah, she asked this while asking a bunch of other stuff, so no one answered this one. And I was trying really hard. I was like, I think I need more examples to figure out what's a small inconvenience versus what's a medium one, because I got a lot of medium ones I want to get rid of. But yeah, so let me know down below. Other than that, guys, this is going to be a short episode. I love you so freaking much. You're wonderful, beautiful people. Sorry I was in such a bad mood, but talking it out and hanging out with you has definitely calmed me down a bit. I'm doing a lot better now. I'm chilling. I needed to let it all go. I had to put my hair back. I had to sit in one spot. I had to not touch a cord for a little bit. You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to say the other thing that pissed me off, because I talked about Wi-Fi not connecting. We're going to leave it on this. Something that pisses me off. This might not happen to everybody, but it happens to me, because this is a bougie. I know this is a first world problem. I know everything I've ever talked about is a first world problem, because I live in a first world. But I have Wi-Fi extenders in my house, right? So I have my main hub, which is in the living room, and then I have an extender in my bedroom, which is the farthest place from my office, because then I also have an extender in my office. So it goes my office, the hub, the bedroom. I don't know why, but my phone and my computer is always trying to hook up to the farthest extender. My office computers are always trying to hook up to my bedroom, and vice versa. When I'm in my bedroom, it's trying to hook up to my extender in my office. When I'm in my living room, never. It never, ever connects to my living room Wi-Fi. I don't understand. I'm like, why would you not look for the strongest signal? And and attach yourself to that, because you attach yourself to the weakest and then nothing's loading. I don't understand. It's very frustrated. I feel like that happens a lot. Like my internet's working just fine, and then it attaches itself to a really weak Wi-Fi. And I'm like, why the fuck did you do that? Why would you do that? You're dumb. You're simply dumb. All right. I know not a lot of people are going to relate to that one, but it just makes me a little angry, and I just wanted to talk about it. Okay. Now that's off my chest. I'm going to leave you all. You're wonderful, beautiful people. Thank you for being here. And I will see you next time with another episode. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Rachel Uncensored, the only place on the internet where you can find the uncensored version of me, Rachel Ballinger. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, subscribe, or follow, or do whatever this platform tells you to do so that you can get notified every time I post a new episode. Love ya.